Hello, I read a new book. New week, new book. It's called Half Girlfriend by Chetan Bhagat. Yes, I'm on a Chetan Bhagat steamroll novel thing. This is what the blurb says. Once upon a time, there was a Bihari boy called Madhav. He fell in love with a girl called Riya. Madhav didn't speak English well, Riya did. Riya wanted a friendship, Madhav didn't. And Riya suggested a compromise. She agreed to be his half-girlfriend. I really liked reading the book Two States. It had a good flow to the book. That was a story of true love, and I'll go with it. This one, I have mixed feelings. Personally, I don't think this title and the blurb itself is a good representation of what this book is. Out of all these pages, about this much was good story. This much was where Riya was present. I don't like the way that he wrote this book. I'm gonna go into this, but if you want to read this book, go away. I'm just gonna talk about the story, and I'm gonna talk about how I feel about it, and it's gonna have spoilers. So, in the first few chapters, this love story, this sort of half girlfriend love story, happens here in the first few pages. That's where it happens, and then she leaves because she decides to get married to some family friend, and then she leaves. She goes to London for most of this story. And then the story pivots to Madhav, who is actually the prince of one of the communities in Bihar, Dumraon. So he's a prince, and then he takes over a school that his mother's been running, non-profit. She's doing it out of the goodness of her heart. She's a Rani Sahib queen, and she's teaching at a school of like several hundred kids because she wants to, and she wants to improve the life of the kids. So he takes over the school, and then it's a whole story about him essentially convincing the Bill Gates grant to give the school money to improve the school for the kids. Fair enough, very good chunk. But in that process, he finds Riya, and she teaches him English because the speech has to be delivered in English. And he does well, gets the grant, and all's good, right? Great story. What's this title? Why this title? Why is the focus on Riya when the main thing should be this guy? In the first bit of the book, I had such a bad impression of Madhav because he was chasing after a girl because of lust. There's no other reason. He's from a small town, meets this very light-skinned girl who speaks English well, probably the only girl he's ever met, and he chases after her over lust, and she doesn't want to, but he doesn't respect the boundaries, and then she leaves. Duh. No one would stay for that. And then they try and make it a story of their love story, but I wouldn't call it a love story. I don't know why he's written it this way. Granted, I read the whole book within the week, like it was a page turner, but mainly because I was wondering where did Riya fit in the story, like significantly. Like he could have found someone else to teach him English, if that makes sense. There's a movie on this. I haven't watched it. I'm gonna watch it now since I've read the book. I want to see what the movie does to the thing. Not a book I'd recommend. I was irritated for the first half. I got impressed with Madhav in the middle. And then he goes and chases her at the end. And then they get married because he wore her down. So, Half Girlfriend. If you want to read this, go ahead. It's not a bad read. He delivers the story in a very easy bite type of way. I don't know how to explain it in that another way. It's very easy to read. It's good flow. His books are very good. I've read, as of now, 3 of his books, and his writing is very good. I just didn't like this story. Nothing personal. A story of how someone wears someone down to marriage. Like, the love was very much one-sided. And they also mention Riya's personal struggles and why she was behaving the way she was behaving, which was fairly like her reasons were deep, but I didn't like the outcome. I would have loved if the focus was not on this half love story. I would have loved it if the focus was on Madhav, the prince of Dumraon, a prince who's taken over a school, has no experience with English, his struggles to learn English. He delivers an excellent speech. He manages to convince the Gates Foundation to fund his school. He develops the school. He turns it into a school where tourists come and fund via tourist money. That's a better story. If you labeled it like this, the cover is great too. Just get rid of this character. Make it about this guy and not about the sad part of this guy, of his lust and his craziness about finding her. if you want to read why I was so, you've got the gist of the story. But if you want to get into like how it's written, read it, and then talk to me in the comments. Tell me what you think.